Hi guys! Welcome back to my channel. In this video, we will be dealing more about variables, specifically defining them as qualitative or quantitative, discrete or continuous. Without further ado, let's get this lesson started. Previously, na-define na natin yung variable wherein ito yung mga qualities or quantities na involved sa isang research. There are two main umbrella or two main categories of variable. Ang una doon ay qualitative variable. Pag sinabi natin qualitative variable from the word quality, it involves words, codes, that represents a class or a category. Kung words or codes ang involved sa qualitative, ang quantitative naman, from the word quantity, it involves numbers that represent the amount or count. So dito, sa baba, meron akong iba't ibang example ng variable. Pause this video and try identifying saan nagfo-fall itong iba't ibang variable na to. Are they qualitative or quantitative? Pause this video and after 10 seconds, i-reveal natin kung saan nga ba nakabilang itong iba't ibang variable na ito. First ay weekly expenses. Pag sinabing weekly expenses, ito yung kung gaano yung ginagastos ng isang tao or isang pamilya sa isang linggo. Dahil gastos ang pinag-uusapan, it involves money, therefore weekly expenses is a quantity and it is a quantitative variable. Ethnicity has something to do with race, so it involves codes or words. That's why ethnicity is a qualitative variable. Monthly income, halos pareho lang ng weekly expenses dahil monthly income also involves money and money is countable, so it is a quantitative variable. Highest educational attainment can either be high school graduate or college graduate, which involves words. That's why it is under qualitative variable. Age group should be here. Why? Age group consists of certain codes. Pag sinabi nating codes sa age group, that is teenager o kaya adult. Pag sinabing age group, hindi lang siya isang age. Hindi lang 15 years old or hindi lang 19 years old. It involves, say for example, 15 to 20 or 21 to 25. Meron tayong certain code na nilalagay per age group. Tapos, yun yung pamimilian ng interviewee or nung nagsasagot ng survey kung alin doon yung pipiliin niya. Bale dito, ginropo na natin or kinluster na natin yung mga age, mamimili na lang yung nagsasagot ng survey kung saan ba siya nagbebelong. Doon ba sa class ng 15 to 20 or doon ba sa class ng 21 to 25? O baka naman sa class ng 26 to 30 and so on. And finally, for the height, since it is a number, mine-measure yan, that is an example of quantitative variable. So, hindi porkit may number, automatic quantitative na yon. Like this one, age group. Kailangan intindihin pa rin natin if we are giving categories dun sa nagsasagot ng survey or dun sa ini-interview natin. Kahit pa yung category na yon ay involved ang numbers, but still, that is a category. Therefore, that is a qualitative variable. Isa pang example ng qualitative variable ay zip code. Yung mga zip codes sa iba't ibang places. Although number siya, but it serves as category. So that is a qualitative variable. Next, kung ang quantitative variable involves numbers, we can further classify the quantitative variable as discrete or continuous. Pag sinabi nating discrete, ito ay countable. Kaya nating bilangin using 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. In other words, puro sila whole numbers. Kapag naman continuous variable ang involved, ito naman ay measurable using different measuring instruments. And it can assume values between two specific numbers. Pwedeng maging decimal or pwedeng maging fraction. Ang pinagkaiba nitong discrete at continuous, pag discrete, lagi itong whole numbers. Different quantities na whole number lang ang pwedeng maging value. However, for continuous variable, ito ay mga quantitative variable na pwedeng magkaroon ng decimal part or fractional part. Ito yung iba't ibang example ng quantitative variable. I'll give you again 10 seconds para alamin kung saan belong ang bawat isang quantitative variable na ito. Afterwards, i-resume natin yung discussion para malaman kung tama yung sagot mo. First ay temperature. Ang temperature ba pwedeng magkaroon ng decimal? Of course. So with that being said, temperature is a continuous variable. At the same time, temperature is measurable. Pwede tayong gumamit ng thermometer para malaman yung temperature ng isang tao or isang bagay. Land area. Land area is also measurable. Therefore, that is a continuous variable. How about number of students? Pwede mo bang i-measure or pwede mo bang bilangin na lang yung number of students? Definitely, this is a discrete variable. Obviously, walang decimal or fractional part ang estudyante. As for the monthly income, pwede ring magkasentavos dito. So, we can say that that is a continuous variable. Number of machines is a discrete variable dahil yan ay countable. And finally, for the population of a city, ito ay discrete variable. Obviously, dahil tao yung involved, hindi pwedeng magkaroon ng fractional part or decimal part kapag nagbibilang ng tao. So that's it for statistical variables. Tandaan, kanina, dinefine natin qualitative and quantitative. Kapag categories ang involved or codes na nagbibigay ng class or category, then that is a qualitative variable. Kapag naman numbers or amount ang value ng variable, that is a quantitative variable. Furthermore, quantitative variable can be either discrete or continuous. Pag discrete, it means countable. Pwede mo siyang bilangin using whole numbers, 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. Kapag naman continuous, it is measurable using different measuring instrument at pwede siyang magkaroon ng decimal or fractional part. Thank you for watching and see you on the next video.